in excess on a turn. Bumpy waters making it for very exciting racing here. This is the very first race for the SBR for the 1994 season. In excess, number 1 in Super V. There's Recovery, the leader in open class. Recovery, US 1. Bob Kaiser and Joey Imprescia aboard Recovery doing an excellent job here. These rough waters of Key West, Florida. You see both in their racing canopies. On the outside, in excess, the leader in Super V. In excess. Mystifier. Mystifier is the leader in open V-class. Beautiful jump by the Mystifier racing team. Mystifier is a 38-foot cigarette powered by two 925 horsepower Cobra power inboards with Mercruiser drives. Aboard Mystifier, driver Tom O'Connell from Miami, Florida. Navigator Greg Harrison from Greensboro, North Carolina. Another beautiful jump. Here, let's see the slow-mo replay. Larry Goldman is a throttle man. He's from Hollywood, Florida. The Mystifier racing team would like to thank a number of crew members, including Tad, Marie, Jody, and Diana. For Tom O'Connell, the driver, this is his first rookie race. Tom is a local businessman in North Miami, Florida. He's been heavily involved in the boating industry. For Greg Harrison, the navigator, this is also his first offshore professional race. He's had many hours of rough water experience on his boats, among them Killer, a 33-foot fountain. Larry Goldman, the throttle man, owns and operates Cobra Power Marine Service Center. He's been racing since 1985. He was the throttle man for Sweet Revenge during the 1992-93 season. By the way, you know, participating in this race was not anticipated by this racing team. They only enrolled 2 weeks before the race, and Cobra Power Marine's race division effectively and efficiently inspected all necessary parts. Of course, Cobra Power Marine is your home for all your high-performance needs. You're looking right now at Mystifier, currently number 1 in open V-class. There's another beautiful jump by the Mystifier racing team. These two 925 horsepower Cobra Power inboards sound excellent. The Mystifier racing team would like to thank Cobra Power Marine and Sunny Isles Marine. Their crew members Tom O'Connell, Larry Goldman, and Greg Harrison. all doing an excellent job. We have Freeze Frame Video. Wish them the very best of luck during the 1994 season. Airborne, the leader in M-Class, is a 38-foot cigarette powered by two 800-horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver, Art Gerard from Bay Harbor, Florida. Navigator is Mike Horn from Key West, Florida. And throttleman is Mike Gerard from Bay Harbor, Florida. Airborne #1 in M-Class. Airborne Racing Team would like to thank Sloppy Joe's Bar in Key West, along with Howard Johnson's Lodge, also in Key West, and Horns Harley Davidson, also in Key West, Florida. On the outside, Spirit of Houston running behind NXS in Super V-Class. But on the inside is Airborne, currently the leader in M-Class. The Airborne Racing Team were the 1992 APBA National Champions. Also, they were the OPBRA 92-93 Gold Cup Champions, as well as the Northeast Champs for 91-93 APBA. And also 92-93 APBA Southeast Champions, Airborne D2. Earlier this year in St. Cloud, the Airborne Racing Team took first place. They'd like to thank the Mercury High Performance people, as well as Bobby Moore's Custom Marine in Miami, Florida, and TNT Rigging, also in Miami. You're looking at Airborne, currently #1 in M-Class. Throttleman Mike Gerard doing an excellent job. Once again aboard Airborne is driver Art Gerard, navigator Mike Horn, and throttleman Mike Gerard, all doing an excellent job in these bumpy waters of Key West. In second place in M-Class, running behind Airborne, is M39 How Sweet It Is Too, a 32-foot skater powered by two 750-horsepower United Racing engines with Mercury drives. Of course, the driver, Mr. Carl Myers from New York, throttleman Ed Collier from Boca Raton, Florida. How Sweet It Is Too, currently in second place in M-Class. The racing team would like to thank their sponsors, including Domino's Sugar, Reebok, Sweeteners Plus, Hampton Inn in Key West, as well as also special thanks to Mr. Don Schwebs over at Lake X, and crew members Richie and Scott, and also thanks to Chuck Cece at United Racing Engine. You're looking at How Sweet It Is Too. Carl Myers and Ed Collier doing an excellent job, currently in second place in M-Class behind Airborne. The Freeze Frame Video production crew would like to give a special thanks to Mr. Carl Myers for transporting our equipment to Key West, Florida for this race. How Sweet It Is Too, your 1993 SBR and APBA World Champions. How sweet it is, too. In second place in M-Class, M39. Nice jump by the How Sweet It Is, too racing team. All right, you're looking at S77 Lee Aerospace in the second start of this race. These were the smaller boats, and which included Stock 1, Stock 2, the Pro Outboard, and A-Class. Lee Aerospace off to a great start here in the second start of this 1994 Key West Superboat Grand Prix. You're looking at S77 Lee Aerospace, a 28-foot skater. There on the right side is Team Florida, Harmsco's Team Florida. And now they've got the green flag and the race is underway. Lee Aerospace out to a great start. Team Florida on the outside. There on the right side is Harmsco's Team Florida. 6 laps here for these boats, S1, S2, Pro Outboard, and A-Class. Coming up on the right side is Bodyguard. We have Auto Palace on the left side of the screen. Lee Aerospace, 28-foot Douglas skater, off to a great start here in the second start of this race. Aboard Lee Aerospace is James Lee from Wichita, Kansas. He's the driver, throttle man Mike Gagliano. He's the throttle man from Merrick, New York. He's with Ocean Outboard out in Merrick, New York. The Lee Aerospace racing team would like to thank Mr. Greg Plan and Chris Becker. They're part of the crew. Lee Aerospace is powered by two 2.5 EFIs. The Lee Aerospace racing team would like to thank Legax for their support. Also Jimmy from Ocean Outboard for his advice. And Pete from Skater for building a fine boat. Lee Aerospace S77. Last year, by the way, Lee Aerospace in this Key West race came in second in the first race and took the first place checkered flag in the final race of this event. Some of the other boats in Stock 1 include Bodyguard and Change Order. Once again, our onboard camera aboard Lee Aerospace. There's our HMC helicopter there in the background. Dave Clark, our helicopter pilot. There you see the rough, bumpy waters and crew members James Lee and Mike Gagliano going for quite a wild ride in this 1994 Key West Superboat Grand Prix. Once again, our HMC helicopter there from Miami, Florida. Also aboard our helicopter is Gary Johnson, Jeff Girardi from Freeze Frame Video, and Willie-Ann John Schultz. Excellent job there by James Lee and Mike Gagliano. Quite a battle here between Lee Aerospace and Bodyguard in Stock 1. Nice jump there by the Lee Aerospace racing team. Quite a race with these bumpy waters here. Pretty exciting racing. As we said, this was the second start of the race, included Stock 1, Stock 2, Pro Outboard, and A-Class. Total laps, 6. Total mileage, 86 miles. There's Lee Aerospace there on the inside. Hog's Breath on the outside at the top of the pack in A-Class. But right now it's Lee Aerospace #1 in Stock 1 here at this 1994 Key West Superboat Grand Prix. Both James Lee and Mike Gagliano are used to these waters here in Key West. As we said, they did very well last year, 1993 season. Came in second in the first race, first in the final race, and are #1 right now in Stock 1 here at this 1994 race in Key West. Once again on the outside, there is Hog's Breath, leader in A-Class. And we're aboard now with our freeze frame video onboard camera. There you see our helicopter in the background. Gary Johnson and Jeff Girardi and William John Schultz aboard there. Once again, our helicopters from HMC Helicopters out of Miami, Florida. Nice jump by the Lee Aerospace racing team. With these onboard cameras, you really get a sense of what it feels like aboard these boats, especially during these bumpy waters. Quite a ride. There's Hog's Breath. Hog's Breath in A-Class, Lee Aerospace, Stock 1. Nice maneuver there on these bumpy waters. S69 Bodyguard. Bodyguard is a 28-foot skater currently in second place in Stock 1 class. Bodyguard is powered by two 2.5 EFIs. The driver, Mr. Albert Fela from New York, New York. Throttle man Dennis Petrucci, also from New York. Bodyguard started well this season, this 1994 racing season. It took first place in St. Cloud a couple of weeks ago. Bodyguard racing team would like to thank MF Electric, Club Limousine, and Cody Marine. Also special thanks to Richie and crew at Cody Marine, Woodbridge, New Jersey, for perfecting the motors. Jason at Performance Marine in Lake George. Chris and Mike at Graphics X. Also Best Western and Key Ambassador for the really terrific accommodations. And Danny, Richie, and family from DeSanta Chevy for their support. And of course also a very special thanks to his daughters. That's from Albert Fela to his daughters Lisa, Michelle, and his son Albert for their support as well. Beautiful jump by the Bodyguard racing team. Let's see it again. Excellent job by Albert Fela and Dennis Petrucci aboard Bodyguard. Beautiful. This is the first race for the SBR 1994 season, and an exciting one it is with these rough water conditions in Key West. A lot of exciting racing going on here, and a lot of great driving. Other competitors in Stock 1 include Lee Aerospace and Change Order, along with Bodyguard. There's Lee Aerospace. Lee Aerospace, of course, the leader in S1. And there's Bodyguard number two in Stock 1 class. Battle going on here between Lee Aerospace and Bodyguard as Bodyguard tries to pick up some space. There you see in the background some of the Key West beaches and, of course, hotels. Beautiful place to vacation here in Key West, Florida. Albert Fela doing a wonderful job driving. Dennis Petrucci, good throttling. Just listen to those two 2.5 EFIs.